On the 1st of May, in Europe, a lot of people go around. In Italy, it's a national holiday, and things are festive. At the Abbey, we were very much aware of these days, and it wasn't always really helpful. There is quite a difference between the purely contemplative life, which is actually physically enclosed and separated and inaccessible, and a certain bridge area in an abbey church, which is a gem of beauty and therefore a pole of attraction for thousands upon thousands. The ministry of tourism, it's not so simple. And yet, things can happen. Because we had lingering incense in the church all the time, we used it every day, a lot of it, and the CD of our own chant going round, even in between the offices, and because all our celebrations, all the hours of liturgy were accessible and public, there were things happening that we weren't always fully aware of. And the frontier between tourist and non-tourist is not clearly defined. For one thing is in common between all members of the human race, the structure of the soul, and things would sometimes happen. People were knocked between the eyes by the power of the atmosphere and the beauty. And in the liturgy itself, things too would happen. And I recall how on a Sunday, when distributing Holy Communion to a full church, I did notice that not a few would actually have tears in their eyes, for we pulled out all the stops, and it was a contact with the powers that made us, for beauty has its language, and it is music, and it is of God. But I used to admire these roaming tourists going round and round, and one day, sitting in my cell, I penned these lines about all these lonely people. They drift all over the tourist world, which includes, of course, monasteries long dead. Here in Monastery Boyce, they come and go, and they have this in common. They all one day will stand in that scale, wondering which way eternity will go. For no matter how much one sees and visits on earth, if the soul has not been taken care of and been ignited in time by one of these shocks, then there's no more tourism on the other side, but only a final destination. All the lonely people, no one was saved. As lonely as a crowd among a throng that moves and mumbles and goes on its way into the long unknown, each bathed in song, magnetic for a pause at heat of day, clad well in hell's attire, all wired for sin, in raiment not much worn, and torn apart not much from clutches firm and morphined din that nursed the deadened paddings of the heart. The folly fouls the sound of this fair place, and where at night we sing, there clings a curse to hurried feet, to face on worried face, that must see in a day the universe. Yet there is oft a while in some stray eye that looked and looked again for something more than meggling upon earth, a distant sky of thoughts unheard, unknown. For behind this door of lonesome humankind, a cosmos whole is dangled, or a little damned. So